Welcome to another episode of TCA Remote Learning. You can find remote learning videos at tca.org/remote-learning. My name is Miguel Gulen. I'm a Director of Professional Development for TCEA. You can find me on Twitter at mglearn. And of course, feel free to give me a call at 1-800-282-8232. Our topic today is OneTab. Simplify your browser with OneTab. If you haven't used OneTab before, it's going to blow your mind. There's so many incredible options that you can take advantage of with OneTab, and I think it's going to make your life a lot easier. So, like a lot of people, you probably have a lot of tabs open on your device. And this can be pretty overwhelming, whether you're on a Chromebook, which has usually a smaller screen, or even on a desktop or laptop computer. You can sort of see what the problem is, that essentially you end up with so many tabs across the top that you can't even see what they're about. The little icon doesn't show up too well, or maybe that's all you see as an icon, and it's just difficult to figure it out. I've seen teachers struggling with this, especially when they're working at home. They're trying to keep everything open so they can access it. But unfortunately, it just ends up driving them crazy because they're trying to switch between all these tabs when they're trying to do something. And what's worse is that sometimes if it might result in a crash. It might crash your browser depending on whether you're using Chrome or Firefox or whatever. And OneTab is a quick and easy way with one click to store all of your open tabs into a list. And once they're in that list, OneTab makes it easier to scan, delete, label, and manage the list. So if you're wondering what OneTab looks like, essentially it looks just like this. This is what I have on the screen here. And what I'm going to do is just quickly open up another tab. And you can see here that I have all of the tabs that I had open. Now, let me make this just a little bit bigger. So you can see here that the two tabs that I had open, there was a new tab and my TCA Remote Learning website. If I click on that, it's going to open it up in another tab and it'll be available. But if I close it, it's still linked here. And so if I wanted to get rid of it altogether, I could just come to this little X and exit out. Now what's really cool about this is, let's say that I have a collection of tabs that are all related to a particular topic. So for example, looks like I have some different resources here. I can come over here to my more and name this particular tab and just say COVID-19 resources. And so now I have a named section for these particular tabs. What's cool about this is that I can share these tabs if I want others to have access to them. All I have to do is come over here to the right hand side and click on share as a web page, and now I have these tabs as something that's really easy to share. So, and this is true even if I if I were to send it to my students or to coworkers, they would get these particular tabs and be able to access. I've switched to if I were to switch to an incognito window, I could quickly show that to you. But if I open just another tab and paste in that one tab, there it is. It's just going to bring up those tabs. It doesn't share everything. So this is a wonderful way to share a few links to your favorite websites with other people. I don't know if you noticed, but there's also a QR code up here towards the right hand top of the screen. And if I'm working on a mobile or tablet device, I can scan that code and it will take me to a page that has these 4 tabs. Isn't that incredible? You don't have to go up and set up an account and anything else. It can all be done right here from OneTab. That's just one of the incredible aspects of it. Now, as you can see, if I come over here to more, I can also do some things like lock this tab. I can also star the tab. So what does that mean? If I lock it, that means, okay, I'm not going to be able necessarily to delete it by accident because it's so easy to sometimes come in and delete things. Now these tabs will not go away. They are locked in. I can always unlock them. I can also choose to put them at the top. So let's say if I do star this tab group, it's going to put a little star next to them, and this will appear up here in the top right hand corner. Isn't that amazing? And so as I scroll down, I can come down and I can see that I've got some resources that are relevant to John Hattie. So I'm just going to call it John Hattie Invisible Learning. Here are just some general tools. So I'm just going to call those tools. This looks like Canvas related stuff. So, and this just, you'll notice, represents some of the surfing I've been doing over the last few days. You can see when I created these. Here's one tab on Google Meet on tracking meet attendance, and then there's my purchases at Etsy. Um, Stay out. No, just kidding. Uh, Purchases. And then I could just call this one Meet. Now, how do I organize these different links into a particular tab group, which is what this is called, a tab group? So let's say I come here and I do a quick search on Google Meet. And okay, so there's something on Google Meet. So I could do that. Let me see if I can find. Oh, you know that Eric Kurtz guy? He's got some great resources on Google Meet. Um, so how to use Google Meets. So okay, I like that. I'm going to keep that. Google Blog also has some great resources on Google Meet. Okay, so I have a few tabs here, and eventually this could become overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is just use the OneTab extension on Chrome. I'm going to come up here and just click on that, and watch what happens to these tabs. They're going to disappear. They're all going to end up inside of OneTab, and now they've sort of gone away, and they're now saving my computer memory because it's not overwhelmed trying to keep all these tabs open. And as you can see, it's dropped a few of these tabs right here into that Google Meet, but I also have this one down here. So I have the option of either clicking and dragging that up. Let's see if I can scroll here. I can just drop it in right there. And now I have all my Meet resources available. I'm just going to call this Google Meet. And now I have more than one resource for Google Meet there that I can look to. Since I pulled that one link out of that other Meet resources or Meet tab group that I had, it's now gone. So you can see here I've just got these tab groups already set up. Now I did include links in case you have Firefox or your Chrome extension. You can get it there. And then I've shared some additional resources that you can access on the website. This particular graphic was created by Sherry Edwards, and she has a really nice blog entry that sort of talks about it. But as you can see, there's a lot of benefits and features to OneTab, which include saving open tabs, making tab groups, sharing tab groups, locking them, starring, and you can also export them. So let's say that I wanted to export all of this and drop it into another browser. I could come over here to the top right hand corner, click on export, and now you'll see that I have all of these available. I can just copy that, and then if I was in another browser, I would just paste them in and they would be copied, they'd be backed up. What's also kind of cool about OneTab is that even if I close my browser and then reopen it, all these tabs are going to be there. They're not going to go away, but they're only saved on my computer, so they're not sort of stuck out in the cloud or anything like that. They're just on this machine, and that's pretty powerful feature. Now, there are some additional options that you can check out, and these are the options that I've selected. So, for example, when a tab group is restored, send the tabs to a new window, always a new window, or always the current window. There's pin tabs. Pin tabs are those tabs that I have like up here in the top left hand corner. Each one of these is pinned, and what you can do is say don't send pin tabs to OneTab, because those are tabs that are already sort of saved in the browser and they're sort of stuck there. Then on startup you can say don't show OneTab automatically. In other words, don't show this window that pops up automatically. You can just have it not come up, and then you can come over here to your OneTab and say, hey, could you open that up? Oops, wrong one. Can you just you click on it and it will sort of show that for you. Let me jump back into my options. And then for duplicates, if you have duplicates, you can choose to silently reject duplicates. Sometimes you open a lot of different windows and it's easier to lock those down. Well, folks, thanks for watching this quick overview of OneTab. I hope that you'll take advantage of this fantastic tool, and please remember that all the resources are available online. Thanks for watching.